Howdy all, Phil here from the Next 72 Hours, coming to you from my home in Christchurch, and I thought I'd do a brief update on the vehicle and a few projects that I had planned, just clear that out of the way there, and a few things that I picked up recently. So I've always wanted a soldering iron. I've had one before, but not since I've been back in New Zealand, and some of them are really expensive. They come with short leads, and I can really only do the work outside of the garage, so I was trawling through the internet the other day and came across this. This is the Weller BP860MP. It takes 4 AA batteries. Just go in the back here, and so it's a battery powered soldering iron. A few issues with that. Anyway, it's got a high and low setting there. It's currently on low and high, and it's not going to do anything until you depress this button here. You can see the LED comes on to show that it's warming up. It takes about 15 seconds, already quite warm there, and then it's also got this little LED to light up the work you're doing. So it's for intricate jobs, I guess, and small jobs, nothing major, and I won't be using it for anything too major. But you just be holding it down like that and then working with it as you go, kind of like a pencil here. And so far I've done a couple of wee things with it. Got a small bit of solder there, I've got to get some more. You can see it's starting to smoke now as it gets hot. I don't know if you'll pick that up on the screen there, but it is yeah, there you can see it there hopefully. Yeah, you might not be able to, but it's definitely melted there. So, and it's got this cap here, and when you plug the cap in, well, supposedly when you plug it in, it's supposed to, or maybe I'm doing it wrong. No. It's supposed to flick if you push it hard enough, that down to off. But anyway, that's one of the things I picked it up for, and it was $20, $20 New Zealand, so about 16 American, and it works reasonably well. I did a couple of checks on YouTube about it, and there were mixed reviews, but this is what I'm going to go with. Next up, Anderson plugs. These are generally used on forklifts. They're pretty expensive over here in New Zealand. This set here retails online for about $150. What I'm going to be doing here is replacing the plugs on this pair of charging cables or jumper cables here. I'm going to be cutting these off and using the wiring that I've got and replacing these cheap plugs here. Pretty flimsy. They've also got an LED, which means that if it's connected to the power, it's draining it slowly, but it is because the current's running through it. And I'm going to be replacing them with these Anderson clips, and then one of them is going to be permanently mounted under the car, the second one, and directly wired to the battery. The second one here is going to be in the trunk or in the glove compartment or something with the jumper leads, and then all you need to do is go to the front of the car, clip this on, and you've got your connection ready to go and jump start someone. Now, so like I said, these are about 150 New Zealand dollars for the set here. Pretty hardcore. They're rated at 175 amps or 600 volts, and what I did was I went down to the local forklift shop or repair shop that's across the road from my office, about a 5-minute walk, maybe less, and I asked them about where I could purchase these, because even the small ones they sell in the shop are too small, and even those are about $80. So the guy said to me, why bother buying them? We'll give you these for free, because every time they do changeovers on the forklifts, they just throw these in the rubbish and replace them. So I've got 2 sets here. I'll push that one in a bit far. I'll have to pull it out or flick it out. But got these for free. So they've come off a unit, although the lugs here are brand new. And all I'll have to do is crimp them, put this wiring in here, crimp them, solder it up. I'm going to have one permanently attached and the other one will go in the boot, and you'll just have an instant connection. So I'll get to try out the soldering iron and look at that. So those are a few projects I hope I'll be doing over the weekend with my son, and the other project we'll be looking at the auto free hubs that I've got on the front of the vehicle. I've got to clean those up because there's an issue with the 4-wheel drive, and I haven't worked out exactly what it is, but potentially that's one of them when it goes around a really tight corner. So it's either going to be the hubs or the diff. I'd rather clean the hubs first before taking the whole diff off and checking it out. So I'll be doing that on the weekend. So I'll show you before and after once I've cleaned them up, what they look like. It's going to be a greasy, messy job, but hopefully my son and I will get to spend some time together over the weekend and do that. So yeah, that's pretty much the update for the moment from the vehicle. I also plan to install a direct earth and positive fuse box, so an individual fuse box there, or a spare one, and wire up the actual CB radio, the dash lights, the flashing lights, and the LED lights I've put in the back, so that they're a bit safer, because I'm a bit concerned about the wiring in the vehicle and how it's been done. Managed to blow a 30 amp fuse the other day wiring up 2 LED lights, very small ones, so there's something wrong there. So I'll get that done, and then I want to take out the clock in the car, which I don't really use, and build a panel of switches which I'm going to use for spotlights, turning on the radio, turning on the flashing lights, and so on. So that'll be the next project as well, and all of these I'm trying to do on the cheap, so source as many parts as I can from demolished vehicles, refurbished when they're crushing vehicles and stuff like that, on the cheap, but still products that work obviously, but before they go into the crusher, and save a bit of money there without paying the top dollar. So anyway, that's enough of an update for me, and I'll show you when I'm in the process of making this, how it looks and how it ends up. Quite looking forward to it. The only thing I will be paying for new will be a cover for the one of these that goes on the vehicle all the time, which is a waterproof cover, and a handle that will go on here, so that's going to cost about $30, but all up, if you include the fact that these were free, this I had lying around, then you've got a saving of about $130 in just your time. So that's a great savings in my book. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video, guys, and hope everyone's doing well out there, and Happy New Year to you all, and stay safe. Cheers.